Hey guys, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a more detailed video on one of the items I picked up from my last jewelry haul. It's from Tiffany, and this is from their new 1837 Makers collection. So this is their bracelet. It's the Makers wide chain bracelet, and it's in sterling silver and gold. So the gold part comes in here. It's the bolts or the nuts on both sides. And that's really what I love about this design, is the contrast between the yellow gold and the sterling silver. So it's like a silver color plus the gold, which is a really nice accent. And I like the industrial design of this kind of clasp or hook. And they make this in a pendant as well with just this design, and I think it's in a keychain. There's also a version of this that's a lot narrower because this is pretty thick. It's kind of a chunky chain. The narrower version also comes in solid yellow gold, but it loses the contrast between this and the hook. I kind of wish for the yellow gold version they put white gold for the nuts or these bolts. And this one retails for $850. It's predominantly sterling silver. It is quite chunky, but it's not super heavy. I mean, it's definitely, you can kind of hear and you can see there's definitely quite a bit of weight to it. But I think it's probably, the chains themselves are probably not completely solid. So it does mean you're getting less material, but I think it's easier to wear, so it's not as crazy heavy because these chains are really thick. These, of course, come in different sizes, but I wanted a more snug fit just based on how kind of chunky and still heavy it is. So I chose a small one, which fits really close to my wrist, but it would come in a medium and large size as well. The narrow version, so this one is $850, and the narrow version is $700, and it's pretty much the same design except it doesn't open and close here like this one does. It uses this part to hook it. The narrow version in both the sterling silver and yellow gold have an extra clasp here that you open up and you undo, which means this part is always fastened. So, and it looks quite different once you fasten it too. So I just really like kind of the simplicity but the industrial look of the chain, because they're not exactly regular links. They have flat edges to two sides. I think Tiffany calls it like a slice design. So it's like your regular tubular chain that you see in a lot of industrial uses for like transportation and building materials, things like that. But they flattened or cut off, or in their words, they sliced off the two of the sides to make it have a flat appearance. This one I have worn a few times, but it's still pretty new. You can still see it's pretty reflective. And I honestly think this is going to look way better once it patinas, meaning it's going to get more scratches, especially on these flat sides, and it's going to become a bit more dull and matte. So I've been trying to wear it a bit more so it actually gets more scratches. If you've been following my channel, you know that I usually like to keep all my jewelry pieces and watch pristine. But I think for this design, I think it's just going to look a lot better if it looks a bit more used due to the industrial nature of it. And since it's sterling silver, I'm not as worried as it getting scuffed up, because if this exact size was made in yellow gold, I think it would be well over $10,000, because the yellow gold version, which is in the narrow version, is already $6,800. So this is, I would say, a pretty cool gift too. It's under $1,000, but I think you're getting a lot of design for that price, and it's a new design as well. So it's something that not a lot of people are going to have yet, but I do think it is a very handsome design and very industrial. And I believe this is made in Germany. So it's interesting, Tiffany sources their products, or it's made in different areas of the world, because a lot of their Schlumberger pieces I think are made in France, and then they have a studio in New York as well. And then a lot of their 18 karat gold pieces are made in Italy. So it's probably going to be hard for me to show you on the camera how I put it on, because I usually need to use my chin, or I need to put it pretty close to me in order to secure it. But basically, I try to put it to the narrowest part of my wrist. So like that, I got it into the hook, and then that's how it looks like on. So very chunky, industrial looking, and as I was saying earlier, I wanted it pretty close to my wrist so that it doesn't slide off too much, because this is as far as it's going to go. So regularly, it's just going to look like that. And of course, since I love this clasp design, I like that to be facing outward instead of it being hidden, because that is technically the clasp. And usually in most designs, the clasp is meant to be hidden, but in this case, it's the standout piece in the design. But if you wanted to put it under, that's kind of how it looks like. So you got a more streamlined industrial look. And for this part, you can see it's permanently attached so it doesn't move. It says T & Co. And then on the other one, which does move, this one has copyright Tiffany T & Co. for Tiffany and Company. And then on the other side, it says Makers, which is this collection's name. And then on the other side of this, it has the New York, the T, and then 925 for sterling silver. And I think where it says made in Germany, it also has the AU 750 stamp, so the 18 karat gold stamp, which is for these 4 pieces, 2 on this side and then 2 on this side. And that's my video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Check me out on Instagram for the latest updates and exclusive content. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.